turned to me and he said, Janet, would you leave me for our next man? He stabbed me here. He grabbed me and he threw me out. And I tried to stop the car them, but they wouldn't stop. And I go in the middle of the road and I stopped them and they swung over the other side. And I was there praying and crying. And I remember I had my phone on me. And I was trying to take it out of my pocket and it couldn't come out because the fingers cut off. And I said, Lord, am I gonna stay here and die?
Janet Moore and her children have experienced one of the most extreme cases of domestic violence in Jamaica. She's here today to share with us. Please help me welcome Janet Moore.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
Sit down here. Ooh, then Janet. Oh, I'm said something wrong with you. You look good, man.
Thank you.
Look at her. What? Give her a clap then. Look at Janet. Tell me how Janet started out. How Janet grew up. Where you grew up?
In Westmoreland.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Savlama. Grew up partly in Westmoreland. That's Billy and Bigwood. And from there back to Kingston.
Mm-hmm. And when you come to Kingston, what were you doing?
I was doing first domestic job.
Mm-hmm. How old were you?
I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And
So young, fresh and green, come to town.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I still work at Duraney Park Plaza Boulevard Lounge Restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And move on with other jobs. And I was working in the arcade. That was Woolmer's Arcade. Working with Millicent.
So how was that?
Well, I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So much so that you started your own business.
I started my own from '96.
Mm-hmm. Tell me how you got started there.
Well, I was working on East Street at a guest house. And one day I said to a friend of mine, I would like to sell for myself. I would like a stall. He said, you sure? And I said, yes. And he gave me a letter and I took it down to the office. And they sent me back up to Oxford Mall Arcade. And I got through with it.
So what do you sell?
Sell clothes and shoes.
All right, take me back some years to right before you had your first daughter. You met a man and fell in love?
Yes, that's Goldie and her father.
Tell me about that.
Well, we were going on, but it wasn't nice, so we depart.
It wasn't nice?
No.
I say it wasn't nice, what?
He don't have good ways.
Oh, okay. Like what are some of the things he would do?
He lies, he don't talk the truth. And he drink a lot.
Okay.
I couldn't cope with that.
Okay. But you had Goldiana,
Well,
first daughter. You proud of her?
sure.
She's doing pretty well in school.
Yeah.
After all of this Goldiana experience and you have your first baby and you're moving on now, you met a man?
Yeah.
Roden.
Roden.
Tell me about Roden, because Roden sounded like a sweet man at first.
Well, I met Levi in 1990, the 1st of January. And we were going
First
out.
of New Year's Day? Whoa! How you meet him?
Well, I met him on Beeson Street, 24 Beeson Street. That's where he had his business place where he done fridge work. And we were moving on quite well.
No, but tell me about that day where you meet him. Where him set you.
Okay. Well,
Personal business. What do you mean?
I stopped there and I asked him how we go about doing fridge. And he explained to me, so I told him I would like one to buy. And
Oh, he
from
made
there,
fridges?
Yeah,
Or he fixed them?
He fixed
Repairs?
fridge, he
Okay.
repaired fridge. And from there, we started to talk.
So when tell him about the fridge, so like from there you started to talk.
He said he loved me.
What? The first day?
And from there, he forgot about, I asked him that I
About
want
the
a
fridge.
fridge.
You forget everything about the fridge.
Yeah.
So where are some of the places you went now?
Well, we went to club, round robin, Just about anywhere it's nice.
Okay.
I enjoy myself.
So where was Goldie at the time?
I had her with me. She was in the country one at a time with my mother, and then I took her back at the age of 4. She never spent much time with her. I took her back, but she was my only child.
Okay. So where were you living at this time?
I was living in Grasket Glade.
Where's that?
That is off Woodpecker Avenue.
So what was life like at this time with this man now, this Levi man?
Well, life was going on, but when I was living at Grasket Glade, the first thing he did, we had an argument, and
How long after you met was this?
over here,
Uh-huh.
and we have an argument, and we make it up back.
What was the argument about?
I had a friend, that's Goldie and her godmother. She came over for the weekend, and he was upset with it,
Okay.
and we had an argument over it.
That led to a physical
Yeah,
fight. So you're fighting back?
Sure.
I hear you. You know, back down from nothing.
No.
You know, all the times you never back down. You always threw your own punches.
Take it from my mother.
Right. So you were living together, and you
Yeah.
moved and went to.
Cartina off Walton Park Road.
And what happened there?
And we were living there on and off, argument, fighting.
When did the first child for Levi come?
Katie and born 1992, 6th of July.
What was that like? Did he embrace her birth?
What was I said?
Him never happy.
Yes, happy for the child, yes.
But.
But when I took to have the child, he wasn't there. He went with a friend to Montego Bay, and I was upset over it.
Yes.
Because I told him if his friend wife took to have baby, he would be here, and he live with him gone to Mobile. My next door neighbor have to assist me. She cook and brought food at the hospital for me.
So when did he come eventually?
I thought it was the day after.
So when he eventually turned up, I mean, what you said?
My neighbor told him, and he came down there.
So was he overjoyed?
Yes,
Him hold her?
sure.
Good. Because I know Sam loved that little daughter then.
Yeah.
Before you had that first child, any quarrel, arguments?
Yes, I had quarrel when I was pregnant with Katie Ann.
And what happened?
Just on and off quarreling. I remember one night when he came in, and he said he had some cigarettes, and it's me smoke it. So I tell him no.
Then he smoke?
That time I already smoke ganja.
Okay,
And then I stop and I tell him no. And he still concerned saying it's me smoke it. And he threw a figurine at me. And I grab a big dog and I throw it back at him, and he hit him
That's
in
a
his
figurine?
thigh. Yeah. And he said I must go back and buy a cigarette. And I said I'm not going. And he said I always act like me as a man. I'm stubborn. I decided I'm not going back out on the road to buy anything because it's not me smoke it. Eventually he find it in his drawer.
And then did he come and apologize?
Yes, he did.
When we come back, Janet tells us more of her experiences with domestic violence.
What kind of person is Janet?
She's a very nice person, and she's very quiet. She's a good person, a jovial person, easy to get along with. But if anything goes wrong, she'll always talk about it. Yeah, she's that kind of person.
Welcome back. Janet Moore is here, and she's sharing her experiences with us. Janet, you're a higgler, a businesswoman. You have stall at arcade, then you have farm at home,
Yes.
and you have bar at home.
Yes.
And
I'm
tell me
just
what
a
was
try.
happening with all these businesses?
Well, I started this chicken business at my workplace. It was a small coop, and I raise and sell chicken, and I find out that it's getting bigger, and I took it at my home at Cartina, and I get it bigger, and I start from there. And I sell to wholesale like shop, people who jerk chicken, I sell to them.
So much, you're so big you have to employ people now.
Yes, I had friends who helped me.
Right.
And while I'm doing that, I start to sell chicken, fried chicken and fish. And then I do house bar. And then I start ice cream. But Levi helped mash up everything.
No,
Both him and him friends.
No, tell me how that happened now.
You mean?
How you mash it up?
When argument, especially with the deep freeze, it's both of us bought the fridge.
Yes.
And he and the people on the road don't talk. So one Sunday when he said he don't want anybody in the yard. So I said, you can't stop them. He says, me, them coming in here too to buy things from me. And I remember the evening he plugged out the fridge. I plug it in back. He plug it out, I plug it in back. Till I get upset, I just went down by Crazy Jim and I buy some ice. And I come up and I put it around the box and set the ice cream in it. And I say, and it's still an argument as police have to come. And I remember when the police come and he said, he's going to sell the fridge. So the police lady turned to me and said, can you buy it? And I turned to her and I said, yes, but it was 2 deep freeze on the veranda. One for me and him and the next one was his own. And he said, you can pay for it. And I turned to her and I said, yes. And when I said yes, and he turned to him and he said, big man, Janet said, you can buy the fridge. So he said, she turned to him and said, how much for the fridge? And he said, 3.5. She said, you have it? And I said, yes. And they have some money next door. And I said, Yvette, give me the money. And then I took it to him and I said, I need a receipt. And she said, yes. And he said, write a receipt to Levi. First she said she wanted a receipt and he gave me to her. And then he started quarreling and said, how she said she don't have no money and she have money to buy the fridge.
But I don't understand him now. He might help mash up the business or bringing the money to the house. Because at this time he was on and off at work. His fridge business wasn't doing so hot.
No. And when I pay for the fridge and the police them gone, there's some me and him start. And take the machine and him chop up the one that his own. And before him leave the police, them say if him damage my one must let them know. But him don't trouble it. And then he start cussing in class and then go on him over.
Did he hit you?
No.
Okay.
And he said, how me get money, me have money and me I hide it. So I say it's my own, me work it. So I have to make you see my money.
The communication issue and the things that we develop before we get into the conflict is always a thing. Because when you're having a conflict, it's not really the time to learn how to handle a conflict.
Right.
So conflicts have to do often with how people perceive themselves, how they perceive the other person, how we frame the problem, what options they feel they have to handle it.
Because of him, I stopped selling the ice cream, I stopped the bar, everything.
But there was another incident with the chickens. One evening when you were working all day and none of the workers came to work that day.
I think that was 98. That was 98. One Monday morning I got up and I said, I'm going to pluck some chicken because I got some order. And I said to him, I'm going to ask my friends them to come and help me. So when I asked Dawn and Angela, they said they can't make it. Anyway, they came about after 12. And I was there from 7 o'clock. I tied the Katie and sent her off to school, and Goldie I sent her off to school. And while I was there plucking for the whole day, me alone, until Dawn them come. And Dawn them start to help me. And meanwhile, they are plucking and bagging out, I packed them into the fridge. And he went and he pick up Katie and at school 1:30. And from 1:30 he's there, sleeping like a pregnant mother. I intend to get up and while I'm there, I still cook. And when we finish about after 7, meanwhile, I'm inside the house, finish cooking, down them outside, I tidy up and throw the feather them and so forth. And then I down to Janet, I soon come back. Because normally I give them like Heineken and if they want chicken or anything, they take it. So I went to the bathroom, I finished cooking. I went to the bathroom, you know, I'm raw for the whole day, you know, dirty.
You're working?
And I was there after when I finished bed, put on my night here coming out. And him get up and him start quarrel and say, I finish cook and before I give him dinner, I gone in the bathroom. So I fly the bathroom, yes, I get upset, fly the bathroom, I come out and I say, but you're not easy. You lie down in here from 2 o'clock like pregnant mother, you know, intend to get up and for you to shut the dinner and you want it. You argue with me. Who tell me if you say that? He grabble me and me grabble him back. I thought we start fight from the bathroom to inner the hall. Everything all I turn off for the whatnot. And when it throw we hold on for one another, I don't know how him tongue reaching in my mouth, but that belongs to Janet. And I bite him. When me bite,
oh dear.
when I bite him, hear him say, leg off of my tongue, leg off of my tongue. And I say, well, leg off of me. So when him leg off and I see blood, I'm going to go there, they already open the kitchen door. I run outside, I run out the front of the yard. But I grab the baby that was that Jonah, I grab her up. And when I hold her, him hold her on my back way, and my neighbor next door come and take the baby. And then him start to a fight. And he say, you see, you bite on my tongue, that piece come up. I say, it don't really matter. And he did, that's how we start to fight. And my friend outside said, leg off of the woman, and nobody try to fight her, leg off of it. Finally, them call police, and police come. And police came now, they call him, and he don't want to come. So they asked me what happened. The inspector asked me what happened, and I told him. And he come up and I talked to the inspector, said, I don't want to hear anything for a call, he didn't want to come. And he said, see, she bite me. The inspector turned to him and said, it's self-defense. And then we're there, and he said, I want to go doctor, police, and he said, if you go and buy him own. Because me, they get a script, but my one are mine now. And in there till the police pacify it, and then leave. And he said, me if you follow and go doctor the next day. No, he said, follow and go doctor the same night. I said, you're alone, go now.
So after him done beat you up, you must follow him go to doctor?
So the following day, now he went to doctor. So I'm get his stitch, but him not understand you can't stitch your tongue right inside for it, now go get no breeze. After 2 weeks, he couldn't eat.
Oh my.
I think one of the things about conflicts that we often see is that the presenting problem is so far away from the underlying problem. He is there already stewed up about something else. He may be feeling out there running his taxi that he's his scum of the earth in the way that he's interacting with the public, way people talk to him, the way authority figures handle him, whether his license is proper or not, can he meet his bills? And she seems to be doing fine. And instead of supporting that, he needs to find a way to find his masculinity in there that says, well, let me help her make this thing work. But no, he's caught up in his problem. Now, she has several options, yeah? She can say, boy, I was so tired I went in to have a shower before coming back out. Cool down, we can eat together in a few minutes. But she's a human being too, and she's very upset because she's tired. So we also have to determine, is the person just a cruel, wicked person, or is that person also having a problem, and the way we respond escalates or de-escalates the problem?
Most times. By this time you had another daughter, so you now had three children.
Right.
Most of the violence took place, the domestic abuse took place in front of the children?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Well, Golden, she always scared. Sometimes she would stand up and look, and next time she would go to the road and stay out there and cry.
But did any of the children at all say anything to him? Or both of you?
Well, I remember Tat Jonah, that's the baby. Kadian said it to him and said, Daddy, you must live good with Mommy. You're always fighting Mommy. And you must stop it.
And what did he say to her?
Sometimes you feel ashamed, because I remember one Sunday evening he was crying. And he said it's a baby, and the baby said that to him.
Exactly. And this was his favorite child.
Kadian, right.
Tell me what he used to do with Kadian.
Well, Kadian spoil. If it's the last dollar in his pocket, he give it to her, but he's not giving the other rest then.
He used to take her to school, and
Sure.
pick her up from school.
And anywhere he's going, he took her with him.
But an incident happened one day. She took her shoes off.
No, that was Tat Jonah.
Tell me about that one.
That was in 2003, early up. He said he went and dropped off somebody at the school, and he saw Tat Jonah without her shoes on. So when he came and picked me up at my work, he was telling me about it. So I didn't say anything. And when he came home, she was sleeping, and he started to beat her in her sleep. So I turned to him and I said, you can't beat her in her sleep, because she don't know where you beat her for. She doesn't understand, because she's sleeping. And so she finally get up and him still beat her. And me upset still now, but me not say anything. And then me hearing him say, the mother agree with it because she don't say anything. So I said, what I must say? Not her shoes, if she want to take it off, she want to take it off. And then him start, he forget about she and him turn for me. And him a quarrel. So I turn to him and say, me bite gear, so if she want to take it off, that's her business. And him start, so he upset over it same way. So I turn to him and say, it seems like you go to school barefoot, that's why you are behave the way there. What tell me if you say that again? It then start for me. If you get about the shoes, and then him say, may have some money for him, and he say he want him money. I turn to him and say, I don't have it now. You will get it, but not tonight. And I dare some and him start again. And I hell fighting again.
Some people have a philosophy that says, you know, like there's the old biblical one, a soft answer, turn it back wrath. And it seems to work. But depending on how our relationship operates, I may never feel like giving a soft answer because we have not worked through respect for one another, a joint agenda as a family, a habit of talking about things so that when there's a problem, we know.
He ended up in jail for 14 days. What was the incident that led to that?
I think that was in 95. We could not get along, so I leave and I was at my workplace, and I remember one evening I was going to class. So I was going to evening class as a sewing that is in Montgomery.
You don't stop, do you?
No. And you know that I was going to class, and I didn't see him on the road, and I was walking towards the school, and he held me, and he had a knife, and he used it, and he chopped me here. But I couldn't get to fight him because the blood just started
Why did he
flowing.
do that? Why? What prompted him to do that?
Because I leave the house.
Oh, say not to leave the house and go to school. Okay.
And somebody took me to the station, and they took me to public. And when I came home, the police came, and he was hiding. And I told them we are here at this business place on Beeson Street, and they went there as if they want a fridge to buy, and that's how they catch him, and they locked him up, and we went to court.
And after he came out, what happened?
After he came out, he
He
wasn't
never came home.
No, I had an open land beside us, and he sleep over there for a couple of nights.
What, was he ashamed? What did he say? What's wrong?
Because I told him I don't want him back in the house.
So you actually took your advice this time and don't turn around?
He afraid to come inside. And one night I remember the rain was falling, and they knocked on the door and said, Janet, you can't let me in if I let me sleep under the table in the hall because outside cold.
You reduced him to a baby?
And I was there, but I still not interested to let him in till about 1 o'clock. When I hear the rain start fall harder, I open the door and I make him come and curl up under the table.
So did the children see all of this? What did they say to you?
I only go there.
What you say?
Well, she was a little child, so she don't understand.
How did he treat Goldiana?
Well,
Because she wasn't his child.
no. But one thing, he couldn't hit her door. I tell him I don't give him no permission to touch her.
Right.
And don't overwork her. Otherwise,
Did they get along?
no, because Goldiana don't talk much. So she don't talk to him. Maybe she will say, excuse me, or good morning or good evening, but nothing further. Or if the phone ring, she may call him. She don't
That's
know much
about
talking, don't know much talking with him.
When we come back, Janet tells us how she was injured and left for dead.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notification to see videos as soon as they're uploaded.